ham sandwich,
I
not
don't
just
know.
a ham sandwich.
I mean, you never slap some Doritos on a ham sandwich? And
I don't think I've ever put Doritos. I've put chips on when I was like 6.
Maybe some Lay's classic Lay's.
I think it would have to be the classic Lay's is the way to go. Maybe some Fritos. I believe I've also tried Fritos on a sandwich.
I'm not a huge Frito guy.
Hey everybody, welcome to Curling Nation Season 6, Episode 2, Mr. Research. Today on the show we've got Ben Hoppe. He actually does research for stuff, hence the name. So he's got a good Substack out there, Straps and Stones.
Yep.
Straps and Stones, go find it. It's pretty good. But I'm Joel.
Mike.
Craig.
Joel.
Right? Mike again, I guess.
I
I don't know.
guess,
We're saying our names twice today.
I don't know why not.
Craig.
Too far, Craig. Too far. But first, we are Curling Nation is brought to you by Modus Financial, moduscc.com for all your credit card processing and point of sale technology solution needs. Whether you need a single credit card swiper, an entire point of sale system, Modus has your solution. He's got a wide variety of payments acceptance services, each with enhanced features designed to help process credit card payments, increase your sales, reduce expenses, and increase your productivity. Visit moduscc.com.
Great.
Who else are we sponsored by, Joel?
Endgame Curling. Corey makes a good broom. He designed it himself. Endgamecurling.com. It's a good broom. I've been using it for years to swap out the head. All you do is change out the fat fabric. You keep the back plate, keep the foam. It's the most economical head change.
Durometer approved foam.
Durometer approved foam. Club fabric, world fabric. WCF approved.
Nice.
So
I would like to chime in about the Endgame Curling.
Yeah.
Do it.
Right now, the Endgame products are flying off the shelf at Steve's Curling Supplies.
Are they?
Yep, selling well.
Awesome.
Well, maybe the advertising here on Curling Nation's paying off, or maybe it's just
You gotta know that Curling Nation bump is worth a lot.
Christmas
Yeah.
is coming up.
Christmas is coming up.
Croy, I'm a size icon. Color indifferent. Wink, wink.
It's got the icons, got the
Yep.
origin, a non-slip silicone sleeve. It has a really nice travel
Neat
broom.
Travel broom.
yeah.
Cool.
The Origin a little more economically priced.
Mhm.
The Icon a little fancier handle,
That's got the
a little
smaller
head,
little smaller head, a little more. Yeah,
and the travel handles dynamite.
Great.
I've got the icon. I like it. No, I
No,
got,
you have
you have the Origin.
I got the origin.
You got the big
Right.
one.
I got the origin.
Okay,
I like
Great.
it.
should we get to our show?
Yeah. Let's
We should. It is now just past Halloween.
do it. Ooh.
It is just past Halloween.
We
Yep.
know how much we like the Halloween candy.
We talked a lot about Halloween last year,
And how wrong Craig was.
and
with
how
this, how
accurate
terrible.
my taste buds are in comparison to these corpses of tongues
Yeah.
that sit next to me.
You should be in jail, Craig, for this. Like, this is just terrible. Just terrible.
Anywho, let's hear about Margot's first Halloween.
Margot's first Halloween. She went as a lion.
Nice.
She-
Can you put a picture up? Rawr.
I'll find one. Yeah,
That would be
she
great.
she was super cute.
If you allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found a costume online. It's like great, and then I borrowed your giraffe,
Mm-hmm.
and we
Giraffe
went-
onesie, if you've ever attended
Yep, the
House
giraffe
of Hearts, you've probably
onesie.
seen it.
It's fantastic. It's super warm. Great for Halloween.
Oh, it is great for a
Yeah.
cold,
Yeah.
cold Halloween.
It's a
here.
good outfit this year. It's
It was,
chilly
yeah.
tonight this year on Halloween.
It was, but we just went around the neighborhood here. So in like between one house that way and 3 houses that way, there are 5 girls under the age of 3.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we all
It's
met
gonna
up.
be a hot neighborhood in about 15 years. The boys are gonna be prowling.
This obviously was your first Halloween experience
Yep.
in a number of years. Were you privy to any adult Halloween luxuries?
The neighbors across the street like handed out treats for the adults.
Dynamite. Yeah, that was always one of my favorites. This is the first year I didn't chaperone trick or treating. I didn't have to go.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
No?
First time.
Yeah. Went over to my buddy Joe's house. We had some beers and some kids came over to his house and we handed out candy. But it was, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of nice that I didn't have to traipse around the neighborhood and
Joel, as a parent, new parent, I have a word of advice. Do not let 5 other 6th graders that don't belong to you have a sleepover at your house on Halloween. My wife agreed to this, and it was one of the dumber things that she's ever done in her life.
That truly sounds awful, Craig.
It was... The basement still hasn't recovered.
Does it still smell like farts?
It still smells like it's just, oh my God. And my kid, Henry, God bless him, like, clean up. Okay. And so he, like, picks up, like, 7 wrappers and a empty can and thinks he's done.
yeah.
And, I mean, I spent, like, 2 hours sitting downstairs telling him he wasn't done cleaning because he kept wanting to quit. But there was just shit everywhere, man. I mean, it was horrible.
I'm like, bro, you can't let your friends leave with looks like this. Like,
He shouldn't have let his friends leave.
For some help.
I mean, there's like, we've we kind of redid the back room in the basement, so it's got like the little padded mats. It's like makeshift gym.
Sure.
And they're messing around in there at 2:00 in the morning because they've each had 2 pounds of candy,
up on sugar for.
And there's like spilled like Gatorade on the floor, and Henry just thought
sticky.
that like picking up the one of the 4 spilled bottles was like enough of his cleaning. Oh my God! So don't ever do that. And I hope for once my wife listens to the show and hears me criticize her about her choice of saying, yes, you can have a sleepover tonight.
If you know Lynn, be sure to contact her about this.
Kids had a good time.
Wow.
But it was...
That's great.
And Henry, the next day, man, he 100% had the 6th grade equivalent of a hangover. They were up so late, and he ate so much shit. He felt so bad the next day. And
you guys eat pretty healthy. You
try
we try, but whatever. Like this was like hangover level.
That's hilarious.
Like I'm in Duluth and I just drank 17 beers.
A million.
You got the
parties.
shakes coming home.
And like he was off for like 36 hours straight after that. He was not right. It was great.
It's great.
But my oldest son, Martin, who went again as a banana.
Great costume.
For the 2nd year in a row. It is a good costume. Him and 4 other freshmen.
Okay.
So they're all 14.
Yep.
They went out and they took a wagon with them. Like the ingenuity with these kids is high.
Were they all bananas?
No, they were not all bananas. I wish they would have been.
That would have been awesome.
Were they all fruit?
Even more awesome.
No, they weren't all fruit. They were all dressed up.
That's all right.
And so they did all have costumes of some sort. And
legit costumes, or did like one kid have a basketball jersey?
4 of them were legit. One was questionable, but we're gonna let it slide because he had 4 friends who had legit costumes.
Okay, all right.
And so they took small bags but they had a wagon. So every time they filled up their small bag, they'd dump their small bag in the wagon, and then they'd keep going down the street. Joel, I think you have heard this story.
I think I know what you're going to ask.
Joel.
I recuse myself.
At the end of the night, these children weighed the candy that was in the wagon. 5 children, trick-or-treating. How many pounds of candy were in the wagon?
Joel, just in case you're not watching the podcast on YouTube.
How many hours were they out? Like, how long were they out?
Trick-or-treating amount of hours.
Right.
I don't know. It wasn't, like, super long. It wasn't short.
Trick-or-treating in my neighborhood, Joel, was from 5 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. Yeah. So you're approximately 3 hours. Yeah. For those of you not watching the show on YouTube.
Approximately 3 hours. I'll go with I think it was a little less than that, but we can go with approximately.
Joel was using a pen and paper to calculate his response.
Times the average walking speed of like
3.5 miles an hour.
4 miles an hour.
4 is too fast.
Minus.
Especially.
We have
3
to
miles an hour.
subtract like walking up and ringing the doorbell and walking back.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess 35 pounds.
Not even close. 70 pounds of candy. 70.
Fuck.
Martin came home with a bag, and I said, holy cow, man, how much candy did you get? And he's like, 13.6 pounds. And I said, what? He's like, yep, beat last year's record of 11 whatever. I don't remember what he had last year. 13.6. He's like, yeah, I got the smallest bag because at the end I just didn't, like, I had so much. I just didn't even care anymore. So, like, we are extrapolating a little bit, or estimating a little bit, but based on him having the smallest, slightly smaller bag than anybody else, we have estimated that they had 70 pounds of candy between the 5 of them. And they took a video of them dumping the wagon out. And it was like, it kind of looked like when you have a wheelbarrow full of wood chips and you're like spreading them around your yard. Just how it spilled and it like cascaded over each other. And then it like left just this giant mountain of candy. And so they just, like, the 5 of them, they sat there, they divvied up all the king size things equally. Mm-hmm. And then it was kind of like a free-for-all between them after that to just take what they wanted. And
Martin took all your disgusting candy bars that you like to eat.
He took a few of them for me because he cares about me. And he knows that they taste good, so he took a few extra for himself. Yeah.
Got it.
So how much do you know how much they went through that first, like, that night? Like, how much?
Martin was actually relatively sane.
Sure.
But I'm only really saying that in comparison to the 6th graders that were in the basement.
He was quasi-responsible with his consumption.
Quasi. I mean, he probably still ate 25 mini-sized candy bars that night.
Man.
But that was... I mean, the kids that were half his size downstairs ate 40 apiece or what? I don't know.
It's wild.
So much candy.
That just makes me sick. Cause
it is gross.
I still, like, I never ate candy a lot. Like, I would always have Halloween candy left on Easter and Easter candy left on Halloween. I just never ate it. So I still don't. But, like, that much candy is... Oh God!
They need to have a trick or treat for adults where you can go to people's house and get meats.
I think that's called a bonspiel.
Various and assorted meats. You go over and some guys got bacon and the next guy's got pulled pork and maybe somebody's got some steak.
Yeah, well, in my neighborhood, that's all my house.
Yeah, that's all your house. Yeah.
Dude up the road a couple years ago was giving out hot dogs. He's grilling them and cooking up hot dogs.
That's a great idea.
I thought it was a great idea. The other dad I was walking with thought it was a great idea. The moms of the group were like, they were all paranoid that he was like poisoning
Razor blades in it,
the
like-
neighborhood or something like that. I'm like, dude, I got a free hot dog. I'm like, I think it was great.
There's more.
why
There's more garbage in the hot dog than what he could like inject into it.
Why do
Probably,
moms
like-
always have to ruin the fun? I mean,
It's a question for the ages, Michael.
Yeah.
A question for the ages.
if you know the answer, please email the show. It's curlingnation@curlingnetwork.com.
If you know the answer to that, email Lynn at
No, not Lynn. He's the one who asked the question. It wasn't me that asked that question. Please don't. You can contact her about her stupid decision to let sixth graders overnight on Halloween, but not about that question.
If you'd like a written transcript of the show, please email the show.
Yeah, we'll have Lynn type it up.
Yeah.
She would love that.
We could probably have AI do it, couldn't we? Do we
Uh,
have the budget for that?
I can find something.
maybe.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Doing
Nice.
that's actually pretty cheap to do. And this will be Exhibit 1
Yeah, there you go. Awesome.
In the divorce filings?
in divorce files. Yeah. Exhibit 1.
Yeah, it was a good run. It was a good run. 15 years.
Thoughts and prayers, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, well.
All right. Should we get to our guest?
Let's get to our guest.
I don't think we have other curling stuff to talk about, do we? But we'll talk about it with Ben.
We got to everything in the interview, so
Yeah, let's do that.
let's get to Ben.
All right, everybody, we got a great guest today. He's back for the second time. You met him last year. We decided we had so much fun with him, we're going to bring him back. He's upgraded his title. He was just not even just. He was writing a newsletter. Now he's writing for the Grand Slam of Curling. Ben Hoppe, welcome back to the show, Ben. What's new?
Not a whole lot. I just got back from Lake Tahoe, actually.
You were out in Tahoe?
Yeah, I went out for the slam last week, so I had to leave Sunday morning, so I wasn't there for the finals, but
That's all
got
right.
to hang out there for the week.
What kind of? I mean, you're writing, so you're there collecting writing material, I imagine. Did you do any other things out there while you were?
Went for a short hike
Okay.
on one of the days, but I was honestly running back and forth between the arena and the curling club most of the time when I was there. So because of the fact that there weren't any full U.S. teams outside of the half U.S. team that was there, there wasn't as much for me to maybe write about from a U.S. perspective other than the fact that we had a slam in town. So I actually ended up doing a lot of coverage of the military invitational that they had this weekend. So they had 4 teams from the U.S. and 1 team from Ontario that were all either current or former armed forces members. So I got to hang out with them, kind of see the event through their experience. And Ontario actually brought me out as their quote unquote celebrity coach for the championship on Sunday morning, which they really had to dig deep in the barrel to get to me, apparently.
Nice.
Yeah, somebody.
Don't sell yourself short. You're a tremendous slouch. I mean, come on.
I mean, I'm 1-0 as the coach on Slam Ice right now. So
Nice.
That's more than me.
There you go.
It's
Yeah, somebody.
possible to have a
friend of
better
mine.
winning percentage.
A friend of mine, Ted, sent me a text like 6 days before the event. Hey, do you want to go to Tahoe to curl? No. Like, yes, but
Yes, but I can't. I
Yes,
have
but no.
I have a tiny human that I'm responsible for
yeah.
now, and
yeah,
the logistics of getting out there.
Marissa's average size.
Huh?
I said Marissa's
Yeah,
average
That's
size.
fair. All right. Let's see how
she
it
needs
is.
less help than.
Where was the event compared to the curling club?
it was about like a half a mile away or so.
Oh, geez, real
so
close.
Nice.
the curling club it's in State Line, Nevada. If you just go like the next stoplight down off of the main drag, it's right. The arena was right where all the casinos are. So it's a pretty new facility from what I understand. But you had Bally's right next to it. You had the Golden Nugget right across the street. So whatever you wanted for your heart's desire, you had right there for the most part.
All right.
Did you gamble and did you win?
Yes, and I won $10.
Dynamite.
So
It's not bad.
I paid for I paid for half a meal. I did not spend much. I think I took about 15, 20 minutes, played some video poker, lost 25, and then I won 45 on one hand of video poker and called it a day.
There you go. Boom.
That's gambling.
That's
how
gambling.
That's how you should do it.
High roller. You probably got a lot of points for that. You'd probably get a free hotel room next time or something.
I doubt it. But at the same time, he didn't lose like 95% of the people who walk in there do.
He did not.
So congrats on that.
I might have had better luck than some of the other curlers that were at the tables the whole time. But
I can imagine.
I don't know how Smitty came out, so you have to talk with him about that one.
Was he playing poker, or was he doing?
He was playing blackjack when I was walking through.
All right. He thinks he knows how to play poker, like at a high-ish level. I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't know.
Smitty seems like a guy who thinks he knows how to count cards.
Have you been to any other slams this year, or was this the first one and you just kind of watched video coverage of the other slams?
I'd gone to the tier 2 for the first one.
Okay.
We had a mixed doubles event in Mississauga the same weekend as the first one. So I flew into Detroit. My teammate and I drove on through St. Thomas on the way. So we didn't make it to the arena.
Okay.
This was my first time being in the arena for a slam. But we were able to at least see some tier 2 slam games back in September. So I at least got to see some U.S. teams curl in a slam this year.
All right.
What did you drive from Utah to Tahoe, or did you fly?
I drove from Utah. Yeah, it's about an 8.5 hour drive from Salt Lake City over there. There's nothing along the way.
That's kind of where I was going with this question. Like, A, how far is it all the way across there, and B, did you see anything at all?
I saw the salt flats, and I saw some mountains, and I saw a lot of wind and dust. I didn't see the wind, but I felt the wind. So that was really all I dealt with on the way. But it was fine. I've made lots of long drives. It's not an uncommon thing. So especially when you're out west, everything's far apart.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad. My wife did fly into Reno on Friday night, so I went and picked her up quick and then came back, and then she was able to ride back with me on Sunday. So it was at least able to have like some company for my ride home.
There you go. What do you do on your long rides? Are you a music guy? Are you a podcast guy? Are you book on tape, finger quotes?
Mostly podcasts. So
all right.
Generally use that to keep up with whatever, especially if I haven't listened to stuff for a while, or listening to sports when I can. But generally in the summertime, that's listening to baseball, and there's no baseball to listen to right now.
Fair.
Well, we're on.
I listened to a
season
few
6,
of the
so
slam games.
We're on season 6, so there is a back catalog
I
of
bet he's
coronation.
up to date on our.
You can go back and listen to it twice. They're that good.
Well, that's true.
They're
that's
that
true.
good.
He did chastise me when episode 1 came out. He's like, "It's about time." It's like, yeah, that's fair.
That was a celebratory at that time.
You did.
That was,
it could have been a derogatory, like, smart-ass punishment. It's about time too, and it would have been well accepted and deserved.
I said both were fair. So,
yeah.
So we did have a nice chat.
We do what we can around here.
Yeah.
I had a lot of driving this weekend. I had to drive to Eau Claire and back twice to watch a junior bonspiel.
Okay.
And I can tell you how many dead deer there are in the southbound lanes of I-94 between Eau Claire and Madison, if you're curious.
Hold on. I think I heard this last night. I'm going to set the over-under for Joel and Ben. 11.5.
This is just
I'm have to
southbound
take the
lanes.
over on that one.
I'm taking the over.
It was over. 14.
14? Yeah.
I saw
It's hunting season.
there
so they're
were
on the
a
move.
couple of other piles of something that may have been dead deer, but they were so smashed and disintegrated. I couldn't count
We
them.
could count that as a half. We could have had a push there if I had set the line a little.
Yeah, and I did see some in the northbound lanes, but those didn't count because in the car ride home we had a bet going amongst the 4 passengers, me and the 2 junior curlers and the other junior who just went along for the water park,
All right.
We all picked a number of what we thought it was going to be, and Trevor won.
Trevor, all right. Congratulations, Trevor. Way to go, buddy.
Yeah, so that's what I do on long rides. I count roadkill.
Kids last night. Damn it. Oh, sorry, buddy.
I probably would have too. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Mike's self for me.
It was a close game. We lost by 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thanks for playing.
Yeah. Hey, I did the best I could.
It's not saying much.
No, it is not. It's a pretty low bar. What else?
Well, hold on. I'm not done with the slam yet.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
I want to ask more
slam.
about. Oh, you were going to ask more slam stuff?
Ahead.
Maybe I'll ask more slam. I'm going to ask first. What did you think of watching that level of curling in person for the first time in the arena?
Well, I mean, I did go to Vegas for Worlds a few years ago.
Okay.
So I had at least been able to see some like high level arena curling prior to this one, but this was the first time for me that I had seen high level women's curling in arena, which we don't ever get that in the US because we've had men's worlds a couple times in a row now, like every 4 years, but we don't have tour events for women generally in the US. And so that was, for me, that was a big highlight, just being able to see Homan, Tirinzoni, you name it down the line. Like there's so many good teams that were in the event to be able to see. So that part was really fun. And I forget what it's like. I was kind of reminded what it was like when I was in Vegas, where you're staying in the same hotel as the arena and you're just crossing paths with the curlers the entire time. And stayed at the Nugget for the last couple days, which is where quite a few of the players were staying. And it was just one of those things where I have to do a double take because I don't see many other curlers on a regular basis, much less like the best curlers in the world. So I'm taking an elevator ride up with Team Vrano from Sweden, and then taking a ride down with her brother the way back over to the arena. So that part is just neat in and of itself, is you get the opportunity to not just see the like good curling, but you actually get to kind of have the personal aspect and kind of be able to see that side of some of the curlers as well, which is a bunch of fun.
Excellent take.
Were the crowds good? Decent?
It was pretty sparse. It was pretty sparse in there. So that, I don't think that's a huge surprise. I was kind of anticipating it wasn't going to be that busy. I will say in the lounge, like behind the away ends, was generally had a decent number of people. So if you hung out there was a fair number of people that were there. And that could get pretty fun. A little bit of banter sometimes back and forth. But in the stands itself, I mean, you could sit pretty much wherever you want. So it was pretty sparse in the stands. But at the same time, that did make for, a little bit more of an intimate experience where you can really hear everything that's going on. And there's no way that you're going to get blocked from seeing anything either. So
for sure,
was definitely able to, when I was in the arena, I was able to catch whatever I wanted.
For sure. Did they have a patch? Did they have a hospitality? I don't know. I mean, you have a patch
no, there wasn't.
Slams. No,
I don't know that there usually is at the slams, but there was something going on every night after a draw. So after one of the draws, like they would, kind of announce, like if anybody wants to go to Margaritaville, like they'll, go there for drinks or whatever, and walked over there, and it was a lot of the players were just there hanging out, having a drink. And like the military guys were all there. And bunch of people from the curling group. So that was one night. I know they had like a Pride, like pub crawl or something like that at the Nugget. I think the second night I was there, and then the final night was the Grand Slam at karaoke. So they had that at in a room at Bally's that on Saturday night, and my ears were ringing for quite a while after that. So that was still, it was a good time. It was a good time. There was lots of people there, lots of people having fun, especially with a bunch of the teams, going, the only teams that were left were the 4 finalists. So everybody was there having a good time. It was good.
That's great.
I'm shocked the military guys were at the bar. Like, shocked.
Imagine that.
What was what's the best karaoke performance you saw this week?
Team, I wasn't able to stick around for the whole thing because I had to be up for that coaching gig. So I wanted to make sure that I was there and prep for the boys. But I'd
so lame.
Come on.
Come on. You just had to be able to get out of bed, dude.
Hey, we need to make sure that we were all prepped, so I had them ready to go.
Wow, dedication.
I'd say Vrano and Hasselborg teamed up for a song that was really good. Like Isabel Vrano is just incredible. She's a good singer. Like the entertainment value was sky high. So I would definitely put that one up there. I think Nick Selsky put something on his Instagram. So if you check that out, I think you can probably find some of that footage on social media.
All right, we'll check that out.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, overall on the karaoke, was it better or worse than you were expecting? They've been practicing this now for like a full year.
Who do we have on that? I don't remember. Somebody from Dropkins' team, and they're like.
They had like
Is that Tom?
They had a routine,
Is that Tom?
Tom, maybe.
They didn't have as much prepared for this one as they had done for some of the previous ones. So like, I know for the September one, it was, I think some of the tier 2 teams were doing the Grand Semi karaoke. For the last one, the U25 teams were doing it. I was impressed with that one. Hebert came out and did an a cappella song for that one.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
That was impressive, actually, just to pull that out of there.
Who did that?
Hebert.
Caden Hebert and his team. All 4 of them went up there and they did an a cappella song.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Huh. What'd they sing?
There wasn't as much for this one that was prepared. It was a little bit more scattershot. So you didn't get as much from like the higher entertainment value that maybe you've seen from some of the past ones. There was no Rachel Homan doing Blackstreet.
Okay.
Fair. What did they sing?
What did they sing a cappella?
Yeah.
I think it might have been Billy Joel, possibly, but I'm not positive. I'd have to go back and pull the tape of that one to see. But I think it was for the longest time Billy Joel, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, he does that one. I was singing it. I just couldn't think of the title.
Got it. I could see that.
That would be pretty good. Nice.
Huh.
Awesome.
Okay.
How's you're still writing your newsletter? Arena Nationals happened recently, quasi recently, a month ago or so. You wrote
Not
about
too long
that.
ago. Out in Curl, Vegas.
Yeah, how did that go?
Yeah, I think it was pretty good. I know like some of the ice was a little funky, which I mean it's arenas, so why not just have some funky lines for the teams to figure out, right? So generally speaking, though, I think it went pretty close to expected. On the men's side, at least, Nick Myers out of DFW, they won it. So he had won, I think, 4 in a row and then last year got eliminated in the quarterfinals and then bounced back this year. And it sounds like this is potentially their last year being eligible for Arena Nationals with a hopeful dedicated ice coming into Dallas. So
whoa.
They might not be eligible, so good chance for them to go out on a high note.
That's news.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't. That Dallas was going to have a club. That's pretty cool.
Is Curl Vegas? Is that an arena club or do they have a club?
No, they have a dedicated club now.
Club.
They are the current newest arena ice in the country. They got 4 sheets there, so it's a funky little setup where you've got a side, like a warm room off to the side of sheet, the ace of spades, I believe. Each of their sheets is named after a card. So I think
shocker.
Yeah. Amazing. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've got, it's a really small footprint, but they did a really nice job trying to figure out how to fit that in there. And they're the newest one in the country, but I know DFW is working on it.
Got it.
So they've been getting closer. I've heard different things of how close they are getting, but wouldn't be shocked if they do manage to not be eligible for Arena Nationals next year.
Nice. I'd be interested to know how many curlers they have down there that they could get a club up and running. That'd be good. That'd be neat to know. But so Nick Myers won men's side. What about the women's side?
Yeah, on the
Sioux
women's
Falls.
side, team from Sioux Falls won actually. So Morgan and Dennis Weber won the women's side. They were actually the last team in. So they were not even supposed to be in it until a team had to back out, like with maybe 2 or 3 weeks to go. And so based off of the fill policy, and Dennis Weber got the call to come in. They were able to figure out the trip out to Vegas from Sioux Falls. And then they just went ahead and won the whole thing.
Wow.
Hell yeah, good for them.
That's pretty awesome.
Like John Daly winning the PGA back in 1991 or whatever.
It's like the Cleveland Indians winning it in the major league.
In Major League.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only one thing left to do. Win the whole fucking thing. That's awesome. I admit I probably should follow that more, and I don't.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great story. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool for them to be able to do it. And team from DFW won silver on the women's side. So Dallas Fort Worth had a really good run this year at arenas.
Nice.
How many teams were there per gender?
12 per. So
Holy cow.
you have kind of like clubs, you generally have one per region, and then because the host club is a dedicated club, unlike clubs, club nationals, the host club will get an entry. Well, since the host club is a dedicated ice club, they don't get an entry. So what they actually do for this is they have the defending champions get to come back the next year. And then on top of that, they also have a last chance qualifier. That is they've had it for 2 years now. They had it in lacrosse for each of those 2 years. And some teams come from around the country, play in that last chance qualifier, try to grab that last spot. And the team that got through on the men's side, Team Ritter from Exarban in Omaha, they got through there. So they were effectively the last team in on the men's side, and they lost to Myers in the final.
Wow, man.
So they also had a heck of a run.
Some wild runs at the Arena Nationals. How do you so do they must have play downs then? Just like regular and do it at arenas?
Yeah. Exactly the same. So they all have play downs. The funky thing with arenas is you oftentimes are seeing that teams or clubs are having their play downs or the regions are having their play downs in like summertime.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit funky trying to find ice for that. So at least when I was still living in Texas, we would have our play downs in Minnesota in July. So everyone would travel from Texas to go up to Minnesota when we all lived 3 hours away from each other to play each other.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, they were just when I was up for that junior camp, they were just getting ready to host a arena national playdown for some other region in Blaine.
An arena national playdown at a
dedicated club.
At a dedicated club.
Yeah. And
nice.
So keep in mind that arenas, it's tough to get for arenas to like for those clubs to even have the affordability to get the ice. It's cheaper for them to get it at a dedicated curling club, it's sometimes the cost can be even more than the cost. Like they can't even get the ice in some cases. So that's part of it. And also sometimes if you don't have the time to put into the ice, then you're playing on just garbage ice conditions for a play down for a national championship. Like these are people, and I'm one of them, who have to play on really crap ice all the time. So like give us an opportunity to play on relatively decent ice every now and then, especially if you're trying to figure out who's the best of the best.
Yeah, for sure.
It's also
that's
also
great.
Typically the nationals are at a club, not
No, I
so
get
it gives
that.
them more
I get
time
that.
on
It's
good
always
ice.
that. Yeah, just awesome, nice. I appreciate that perspective because I definitely haven't put the time into learning all the ins and outs of arena clubs.
Research.
I wish I didn't know
our
so much
strong
about
point.
No, research is not our strong point. That's well put. Well said, Craig.
And you're in a good position to not have to know about it.
We're pretty lucky. Yeah, we're pretty lucky.
Yeah,
very very lucky. I think we had this conversation that what did we decide? We had like I don't know over a dozen clubs within 2 hours Madison. I mean,
Sure.
it's pretty ridiculous.
It's on.
So
Yeah,
pretty
it's-
close.
At least.
Yeah,
I mean, if you stretch it a little and
If you-
include Chicago Metro, you know, you get the 3 down there and James Vegas, and yeah. I mean, we're pretty lucky. So that's
Okay.
fair.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
All right, so Dallas Fort Worth just earned their region some points for this USAC Regions Cup.
That's-
Tell me more, Joel.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
Regale us.
So there's this
What's
thing
that
called the
research
region.
you got?
Yeah, there's this thing called the Regions Cup.
Maybe our guest knows about the Regions
He
Cup.
probably does. Overall, they're counting 4 nationals. Is that right?
Yes. Yep.
So
So they're
club,
counting the
clubs,
arena.
U18s, arena, mixed force.
Yep, correct. So you're effectively getting 7 championships because you have the men's and the women's for each of those 3 plus mixed fours, which is just the 1. So the way that it shakes out with those is you a region will you take the final scores or the final standings. So for example, when Dallas Fort Worth won gold at Arena Nationals on the men's side, that was 25 points that they earned for the Mid-America Curling Association. Same thing for Sioux Falls. When the Dakota Territory won, they won 25 points. And so I think it's 25 points for first place finish, 18 points for second, 13 for third, and it kind of gradually goes down. If you get 12th place, you get 1 point. Your region can only get points from one team at the event. So the interesting thing was in the final of the men's side, you had Omaha versus Dallas Fort Worth. They are from the same region. So that would have been, they didn't get 25 points and 18 points. But what that did mean is by Ritter getting second, that pushed everybody else down. Kind of like cross-country scoring, where if your 6th runner crosses before the 5th runner, the team push everyone down.
So nobody got second place.
Correct.
Got it. In points.
So, yep. So it really kind of creates an opportunity you get motivation for that. And I think at the end of the season, there's going to be some type of trophy potentially available, like that'll be awarded to the region that wins it.
It's probably a pizza party. I think the winning region gets a pizza party. I think that's
a bucket. You get Pizza Hut bucket points.
Everybody gets a personal pan pizza.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe some nice Chuck E. Cheese coupons.
I don't even know how to respond to this. I think it all depends on what region. I mean, if you're in certain regions, like there's definitely going to be favored pizza chains.
Sure.
Or
everybody had
like
bucket though.
Yeah.
I think that has to be.
Yeah.
Of a certain generation.
USA
Sure.
wide.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you know what book it is, Ben? You're a little younger than us.
I was the one that brought it up. I did book it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. All right, good. All right.
And all the different championships are weighted the same, right? Like U18s doesn't count less than mixed fours, right? It's all just straight points.
Correct. Yeah. To have that same point structure is available for each one. So you've got 2 men's and women's for each of the first 3 that were mentioned, and then the mixed fours, it's all the same points for it. So I know when USA Curling was trying to figure it out, they played around with some different point totals. I played around with some different point totals before they announced what it was like to see where things would have been at. So I think last year Minnesota would have won it, but I believe with the structure that they came up with, it would have actually gone down to mixed fours, and the place would have changed hands with how that finished up. So they're trying to make it so that mixed fours at the end of the season, when you get to that championship, that is going to still matter and can potentially vault one team into first, or a team that's in first might not necessarily be guaranteed to win it if they're doing really well.
All right.
Okay.
Got it.
I mean, we all know if Minnesota gets to the big game, they're going to lose. But
That's the Vikings.
oh yeah, that's the Vikings.
And the Packers so far.
They're going to throw a peel and it's going to go wide left.
He should come
Anderson.
back next week too.
Stupid Anderson.
Joel, Joe, I will show you this though. So with Alan, with Alan playing in Tahoe last weekend, I told a buddy of mine who is in the Air Force. He just got deployed last month, and so before he left, I told him that Jared Allen's going to Tahoe, that I was going to be there at the same event. So he had actually gone to Jared Allen's Ring of Honor induction ceremony. So the giveaway for that was a headband with the locks underneath it. Nice. So I brought that along. I think there is a photo somewhere of Nick Selski wearing that under a hat during one of his games when Selski was coaching coach on the bench for it. So.
That's pretty good.
I have a story about this Jared Allen plane, and let's back up a second. So all the American teams have Olympic trials going right now.
Yeah.
And so they all had to respectfully decline their invitations to the slam in America. Mm-hmm. The first ever slam in the United States, and nobody got to go. But as a PR maneuver, and I think a good one, they sent Jared Allen to play, and Jason Smith was the other American, and then they played with Wayne Madaw and John Morris in this slam to kind of drum up a little attention, get some American people there. And so Smitty calls me up on Friday. Slam starts Monday, and he's in a panic because he doesn't have any WCF approved foams. And so he wants me to overnight them to him. I'm worried that UPS isn't gonna do Saturday delivery to his house, and he's leaving Sunday morning to go out to Tahoe. So I said, well, let me send him to Jared in Tahoe, and then we'll do next day, and even if they don't deliver Saturday, at least they'll be there Monday before you guys start.
Because Jared's got a place out there, right?
Jared's got a place in Tahoe.
Yeah.
And so I'm pulling these heads, and I get them packed up, and I'm going to write him a note. I know Jared a little bit. He was on the show once, and I'm just what am I going to do here? And at every Packer game, they give those stupid little towels, that all the fans wave around. So I start wandering around. We've got 1 million of them between my house and the shop and whatever. Yeah. And so I start digging around, and I find one, and it says the pack is back. And it's actually in pretty good shape. Most of these towels are just trashed because we just use them as rags. But this one's actually in pretty good shape. So I fold it up really nice and neat, and then I stick it in the package with the foams, the WCF approved foams, and I write him a note, and I said, good luck at the slam, congrats on the Hall of Fame, and most importantly, go Pack go. And I signed my name, and I sent it to him. And I haven't heard any feedback from him or Smitty, or I'm waiting. At some point, I'm gonna hear about a reaction, or I'm gonna get some kind of retaliation. I'm not quite sure which, but
you're just gonna get a box of Vikings gear,
box of turds in the mail or something.
I might get a box of turds. straight out of the Vikings trophy case.
Actually, so the other I didn't have a ton of time to opportunities to really interact with Jared Allen, but one of the funnier things that I noticed when I was there, so Thursday, when they the night before the military invitational kicked off, they had a meet and greet that was led by Reed Carruthers. So he came out, met up with all the curlers before, and he would take them over to the clinic, and he and Team Anderson did a clinic with all the military people, which was super cool. Before they went over to the club, though, they did a meet and greet at the arena, watched the first couple draws of it. So Reed brought the curlers over. They got to meet Emma Miskew, a couple other people before they went onto the ice. Oscar Erickson came by, or actually no, it was Nicholas Adine came by, and he introduced all these people. And then while they were out there, Jared Allen came out with the rest of the team. Smitty wasn't out there with them, but it was Allen, Madaw, and Johnny Moe came out.
Smitty was probably too busy playing
Allen
poker.
Is introducing. Probably. He was probably at the blackjack tables already. So Jared is there introducing his teammates, especially for some of the American curlers, like some of the U.S. Naval Academy kids. Like this was their first time ever doing any kind of a bond spiel or anything like that. So he's introducing Wayne, and he says, "Okay, this is Wayne Middaugh, 3-time world champion, 11-time Grand Slam champion." And I think at the last second he saw that Johnny Moe was there, so he's like, "Oh, and here's Johnny Moe." And that's all he did. He just listed off all of the accolades for Wayne Middaugh. Oh, and here's Johnny Moe, and then just called it a day and like kept on just talking with people after that. So it was great.
That's good.
That's nice.
I feel like that's the kind of treatment that John deserves sometimes.
It just humbles him a little bit.
What 4-time gold medalist, 3-time gold medalist?
Yeah, something.
Several-time
gold
world
medals.
Too many.
2.
2 Olympics.
Yeah.
Pile of worlds.
Yeah. He's a good curler.
Yeah.
That's great. Nice. Yeah. Trials? You want to talk?
Let's talk about the trials.
Talk about trials.
The Olympic trials.
Trials. What? I mean, we can talk about predictions. I was trying to workshop this question. I don't think I got it where I want it. You've played in 3, 4?
A lot.
A lot?
I'm old.
I know you're old. I didn't know how many you made it to. 5?
We'll go
5,
back, yeah.
and I was a 5th player at 1.
Sure. What are teams going through right now? I guess the question I had is I was kind of watching the games this morning. I didn't watch the night games today. But can you be back in the house and like goof around with the guys? Do you chat them up, or are you like, do you go to a different level of focus when you get to the trials? Obviously, this one's a little different. It's 4 teams. Like, you've played in what, 8-team, 10-team trials?
Yeah.
I mean, full round robin.
There's less chit chat.
Okay.
At a trials.
Yeah.
Even than there is at a nationals, which is less chit chat than at a bonspiel.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of those trials were nationals, where you're playing a full 10-team round robin.
Maybe only one of them was a full national. No, 2 of them were nationals.
I think 2 of them were nationals,
and the rest were separate trials events.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only been like the past last trials was 6.
Last trials
teams.
was 6.
This one's 4.
This one's 4. I think there might have been a 5-team one in there.
Yeah, there was a 5-team one, and I can't remember if it was the last one or the one before that. There was a 5-team.
I played in a 7-team one.
Jeez.
Once.
Yeah. So it's less chit chat.
There's less chit chat. It's more. There's definitely some more nerves, and I think that probably leads to the less chit chat. For some teams, obviously, it would be more nervy than others, probably.
Sure.
It's gonna.
How much of that is going to be dependent on your team, though? Like, because I just think of like Danny Casper, like he talks the whole time and he's joking around the whole time. So how much of that is going to be team dependent too?
I think it is going to be team and personality dependent a bit. And like Danny, I was kind of done playing before Danny was coming to prominence, so I didn't play against him much. He seems like the kind of guy who's still going to chit chat a fair amount, but I got to think even his chit chat level is going to be down because the other guys aren't going to want to chit chat back with him very much. I don't know. I think there's definitely some extra heat turned up on some teams in particular.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you try to keep your weekend the same or your week the same as you would you're playing nationals or cash bill? You've got your team routines when you're at an event. Like, how different would you treat the trials, or do you try to keep it
I think if you can try to treat it similar, but it's nothing like a Bonspiel in that routine. It is similar to a Nationals routine where you've got these are your draws and your space pre-game and post-game where you can warm up, debrief, all that stuff. So it's going to be...
You gotta get to bed, when they gotta get up.
Yeah, it's going to be similar to a Nationals event as far as you're trying to keep your routine like that. The noon and 7 is a little bit of a weird schedule.
Kind of made for TV a little bit?
Might be made for TV. It's good spacing for the players, but to be honest, I think it's really shitty timing. Like, I played in events where it was noon and 7, and it's exactly during when you want to normally be eating lunch and exactly when you want to normally be eating dinner. And so you've got to figure out, you gotta like completely adjust your schedule of food by like 2 full hours. Because you can't eat it. I mean, you got to be like done eating by 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, you're not going to want to go full carbo load.
And that's probably not even a real full meal. And then you get done, and nobody wants to like eat right away after they're done, but you got to eat pretty quickly after you're done.
Because you're playing at 7.
Because you got to be completely done eating by
off the ice
5:30.
You're back in the locker room. Noon game, you're back in the locker room by 3 o'clock.
Let's say 3.
About 3.
Even if it goes a full game.
Yeah. Maybe some.
And then you got to, you don't have. There's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
Where you want to squeeze in a debrief, you want to squeeze in some rest.
Because for a 7 o'clock game, you want to be.
But you need dinner.
So a 7 o'clock game, you're gonna be back in
dinner in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, you're gonna be back in the locker room by 6.
If you could adjust it, it would be earlier or later.
In my world, it would be later because I'm more of a night person.
Right.
But I mean, 10 and 5 would probably be
better,
like a normal schedule. Like you could eat,
you can have a late lunch.
Breakfast, have a late lunch, and have a late dinner. But it's not outrageously late in any of those for those two that are late. But it is a little bit weird because like, nobody plans on eating like a full meal at 10 a.m.
Sure.
Generally.
Sure.
And then if you do,
dude, I love some brunch. I'm not gonna lie.
Brunch is nice, but it's a weird. Brunch. It's made for Sundays, like a few times a year. It's not true. Not a 6 consecutive days.
6 consecutive
meal.
Days.
I mean, and how
mimosas
many
really
how many mimosas you gonna have?
I was just gonna say you probably can't have a bunch of mimosas before you go out and play the national championship final. I mean, you can, but you probably
speak for yourself.
Anyways, that's one aspect that's a little bit strange as far as the timing. It's great for those of us watching at home.
Got it.
But it's also, I don't know, it's a little bit weird when I think a four team event is a little bit weird. There's so few teams. Sure. And
they're playing a double round robin?
They play a double round robin, but also like you lose one right away. Like that game, so we'll give spoilers for day 1 because this is going to come out after day 3 or whatever. But like Dropkin lost the first game.
Yep.
Like I bet you he was really glad he was playing Abear game 2 because if he plays Schuster and doesn't play at the top of his game and it gets down to 0-2, nerves are on high alert because he's
stressed and he's got to get
like now he's in basically must-win situation for the entire rest of the event.
Sure. And he's got to play Schuster and Casper again.
Yeah. And like, not to take anything away from Team Abear, I think they're a really good team and they're going to probably win a game or 2 this week, but they're kids still and they're outmatched this week.
Sure. they just don't have the experience at that.
Not to
high
compete
a
with
level.
those teams yet. And I mean, like but that doesn't mean they can't beat them from one day to the next. But like, I think that Corey was probably really happy with the way that schedule was, that he was able to be 1-1 after one day, instead of potentially 0-2, because that's a shit of a hole to be in, like right off the bat. I've started events, nationals, Olympic trials, whatever, where I took a loss earlier than I wanted, and all of a sudden it's like, it's clearly not a double knockout event, but you almost feel like it's a double knockout, or at least you can't get a double knockout until you're in the second half of the round robin.
Yeah.
For an event that's that small.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah. Anyways, 1-2. If Corey loses to John tomorrow, it'll be 1-2. But that's a hell of a lot better than being 0-2. And
right. Yeah,
So-
for sure. I mean,
Yeah, because if he starts 0-2, he knows that he basically has to run the table the rest of the way, or can't drop more than one game. Now, by getting himself to 1-1, even if he ends up at 1-2, he goes 2-1 in the final bit of round robin, and it's fine. But if you tell me, okay, you can go 3-1 versus 2-1, like, it's such a different mindset. I feel like when you just that one extra win early, before you get that loss, just is such a huge difference.
Yeah. So it'll be fascinating. And I think that John's team is on the international stage. I think John's team is better than Corey and Danny. And it's partially probably because of how much experience they've had at that international level.
Yep.
But at the national level, their advantage shrinks a little bit, because I think those other two teams are so familiar with them.
Sure.
And they aren't afraid to beat them, or they aren't afraid to play them. They aren't afraid to be in that situation because they played them a million times.
Yeah.
And they've beaten them enough.
Well, and nationals last year, they slayed the dragon, right? It was Corey and Casper in the final. John wasn't even there, so it's like they know, at least in a small sample size, they have a shot. I mean, it's the same. The women's side is similar. I mean, Tabs is up there, but she struggled early. Cousins struggled early, but they figured it out at the end. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out over the next few days. I sent my predictions to these guys just so they couldn't be like, you just made that up. Not that.
When?
Today. Noon
Yeah.
o'clock. 12:05 p.m. I said the games had just started. My predictions were this. I said, I don't think the Team Johnson will win a game.
Whoa, hot take.
On the women's side.
Jerk face.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Whatever. Sorry. Not sorry.
Did they win their first game or no?
They did not.
Okay, I didn't know if they.
No.
I knew they lost their second.
And I think it will be Tab and Cousins in the final, and Peterson will win in 2 games. And then on the men's side, my hot take is this. My hot take, like you just talked, I think Hebert is going to somehow spoil Dropkin's chances. And it's going to be Casper and Schuster in the final, and it's going to go to 3 games, and Schuster will prevail. Those are my takes.
That's not a bad take.
I wanted it to be out there before the games. I mean, I guess 5 minutes in.
Cheater.
Technically not before the game started, but
Well, I haven't made any predictions, and they've already played 2. So
yeah. Well,
go ahead, Joel.
I think you're right. I think it's still John in 3.
okay.
I think it's going to be Casper, because I think Corey's going to freak himself out. Corey's they're a good player,
Forget himself.
but he's got. I think Corey puts too much stress on himself.
Sure.
at those events. Like he looks really tense.
Okay.
Out there on the ice. He does not look like he's having fun.
Women's side?
Women's side, Tab and 2. Tab and 2 versus Strauss.
All right.
It's going to be close, but I think Strauss gets it over Cousins, but it's going to be Tab and 2.
Whirlwind, we're going to Ben next. Ben's getting
are you giving predictions, or are you like feel like
I got some?
You can't. All right, great, bring it.
Great.
If I can't, then someone can tell me after the fact, and I'll ask for forgiveness.
We'll edit it later. We'll go.
There you go.
Nope. I don't have that much time.
I actually think Johnson will get a win this week.
Okay.
Like they got 3 wins at nationals. They just barely missed out on playoffs in Duluth. So I wouldn't be shocked if they get a win. And from my perspective, they are closer to the rest of the field than Caden Hebert is to the rest of the men's field. And I think Caden Hebert, if you look at like the scope of the sport, like where Team Hebert is in relativity in the men's feet, like all of the men's world teams, they're higher than Johnson is. Okay. But I think there's a little bit bigger of a gap between those top 3 men's U.S. teams and Hebert versus Johnson and like Cousins and Strauss. I think they can play with any of the teams that are there. I think their age, I think, is going to get the better of them. I mean, the oldest one is in college, and the other 3, I believe, are still in high school. So
Johnson,
they're playing,
you're talking about, right?
Yeah,
correct. Yeah, Johnson.
Okay.
So I think I wouldn't be shocked if they get a win this week. I think Caden Hebert will play teams close on the men's side, but I don't know that he's going to get one. I talked with Pep a couple weeks ago, and their vice Jackson Bestlin, and they told me like the first time that they go to some of these events, they get destroyed. And they learn those lessons. And then the second time they come back, they've been there, they know the experience, and they're a whole lot better the second time.
Nice.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a struggle for them this week. On the men's side, I'm going to go with Schuster. I think he will win it in 2. I wouldn't be shocked if it goes 3, but they've looked really good.
Yeah.
And you get John into the big moment. I think we've seen what happens there. Yeah. I think he'll probably take Casper in the final, just based off of kind of some of the same stuff that Craig mentioned with Corey. And I got Tab in 2 over Strauss.
Okay. All right. Great research there. Do we have any money? Can we give Ben money to research for our
We have money for beer.
We've all bet the same. Everybody's bet the same team so far.
I know, but he did he did great research.
He did do better
Johnson's
research.
Was going to win, and Hebert wasn't. And I had the opposite take.
Which one do you want, Mike? Do you want money for beer, or do you want money for research?
Sorry, Ben. Beer wins.
No research. Stands. The precedent has been set.
All right, Brown, it's your turn for takes.
I think both Johnson and Hebert are going to win a game.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised to see either of them win 2. I do not think either of them are going to make the playoffs. I think that they both have tremendous futures in USA curling, though.
They're going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
I think Tab has got to win this, and I think it's going to be Strauss that she plays against.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
In the final. And, I mean, I don't know. This men's side is still... It's 3 teams that I'm not going to be surprised if any of them win at all.
Right.
They can all beat each other, and...
They all have beat each other.
They have all beat each other. John's team... Get that. Save that foam. Nice work. John's team has had a tremendously successful fall. If they can keep the same level of play up, it should be them.
Got it.
So if I have to pick a team, I'm going to say John, but I'm not going to be surprised if any of those other 2 teams win.
Of the 3 men's teams we're talking about, Casper, Dropkin, and Schuster, who's hungrier to get it? John's team, most of them been there for years. Corey's already got his 1 Olympic berth through mixed doubles, but he still wants it through men's.
Yeah.
and Casper is a really good competitor. They got a really good team. So, who's hungrier to get there?
I think it's John. I think he likes history, and I don't. The list of people that are 6 times Olympians is
really
fucking
short.
small. And I'm real certain he would love to put his name on that list.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's...
I also think...
Go ahead, Ben.
I also think that the way that Nationals ended last year really made, like, that ignited them. When I talked to Chris back in September, and I asked him about how they felt after Nationals, and they were pissed. And so I think that in and of itself, like seeing themselves come in third to those two teams that have kind of been nipping at the heels, I think that creates a lot of extra drive.
That was in their hometown.
Yep.
Yeah. To be fair, it's Corey's too, but yeah, I mean,
it's Corey's adopted
like,
town,
and also, yes, those other two. Like I said, I think those other two teams are fantastic teams, and I'm not going to be surprised if they win. But I also think that the conditions in Duluth favored upsets more so than the conditions are going to this week at trials.
Sure. At least that's what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
It seems pretty good.
The ice was pretty questionable.
Accurate. In Duluth. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I watched the game today and it looked... Nothing was wacky.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple wacky rocks, but nothing was wacky. All that wacky. Nothing those teams can.
They all want it so fucking bad, though, Joel.
Yeah.
Like, right. And that's that. And part of the problem is they all want it so bad. Like that can mess with some people real quick too. If they want it too bad, almost, and then
it puts a lot of stress on them. They're not. The teams that aren't having fun don't win. For the most part.
Generally. Yeah. Because it's more fun to win, so then you just have more fun in general if you are winning.
You play better when you're relaxed.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I will make my if we're going out on limbs I'm putting 2.5 over under on combined wins between Johnson and Hebert. I'm taking over.
You're taking combined wins.
Combined wins between Johnson and Hebert.
2.5.
2.5.
If I'll set it at 2.5. You want to put it at 1.5? I'll definitely take the over. But I'm going to take the over at.
Okay.
I'm taking 3 or more wins between those two teams.
I'll take the under.
Okay.
Would
you take the under at 1.5?
Yeah, I think I would.
You would.
I think I would. I think I would.
I think you're an idiot.
I know I'm an idiot. I mean, let's be honest.
I do want to be clear though, like because I probably had the most negative take of those two teams, but like I think especially in 4 years, Caden Hebert is going to be a problem, especially if those 4 guys continue to stay together over the next 4 years.
Yeah.
As a team, they have more years played together than any of the other teams in the field.
Wow.
And 3 of them are 20 and the other one is 17. So they're going to be a problem down the road. I just see the height of the field that they're at, and I think they just need to take that next half step up to.
I don't think you had a negative take. I think you had a well thought out, well researched take. Like
there is a first time for everything.
You talked to Pep. I mean, you talked to was Jackson. I mean, that's I think it's a good take. I don't have any problem with it. I would be surprised if they had a problem with it. So I'm going on gut. That's
a big gut, yeah.
I don't work out anymore. I used to be an athlete. Now I'm not. I've accepted round as a shape, therefore I'm in shape. So that's.
Yep.
Body sponsored by High Life.
I've been working on my dad bod for years.
Body brought to you by High Life recently. So, yeah.
All right. What's next on our topics?
Do we have
any more topics? Ben, do you have
No,
anything
that's
that you
about-
specifically would like to talk about on our show? We don't ask our guests this very
we
often.
don't ask very often. But he writes more than we
Well,
do.
we do ask, like I do ask before his show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm putting him on the spot.
You're
Can
putting me on the spot.
Can I sleep on your couch for Men's Worlds?
How far are you away?
Maybe.
How far
I already
away
have
are
a
you
couple
from the-
beds. I'm about 45 to 50 minutes away. I already have a couple beds that are spoken for in my house right now. So that's going to be the tricky part. You got to be quicker on the draw than that, Mike.
What are the dates of that?
Yeah.
End of March?
Late March to early April.
I think it's end of March. Yeah.
What if I were to barter Packer tickets for for accommodation?
Things are getting interesting now.
We can talk.
What if
I like my chances.
What if there were Packer tickets to multiple games thrown in? Could we get those other people out of the house entirely and have it turn into a Curling Nation house?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, man.
There are two separate sets of season tickets sitting at this table now.
Yeah.
So here's the problem. My wife is a Bears fan, and she has half of the decision here on this one.
Hey, man,
there's going to be at least one Bears game up there.
Like
I
half
can get
of
you
all
Packer Bear
relationships
tickets.
end in divorce anyways, Ben.
I have 4 seats. I can get Packer Bear tickets. You could go with Craig and I, or Joel and I, or we could work something out.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Also, these tickets, like for the Packers Bears game, doesn't have to be just the 1 year,
Yeah,
right? You could do like two, multiple years of the Packers Bears game.
We can negotiate off air. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
That's a good way to spice up the
No,
pot a little bit there.
Just saying.
How's the floor space like? Even if you buy like a new inflatable, like even like a really nice inflatable mattress new, that's still cheaper than getting anything in Ogden.
Sure.
I mean,
yeah.
You
can enjoy I got this great office with all kinds of space here.
Yeah. So much room for activities.
Mm-hmm. A lot of books.
The books.
You can get smarter while you're there too.
Hopefully he has some picture books.
Are they just there for show?
I don't know how to read.
Yeah,
so.
they're there for show.
Okay.
There are some picture books in there for you too.
Okay, good. Hopefully it wears Waldo or something.
I don't think I can even go though. It's spring break with the kids. I gotta go skiing.
When is it's?
Maybe I should
April?
just skip.
Don't they have skiing out in?
Maybe I should just go to Ben's house and then go skiing instead of going to the curling.
I'll do that too. I mean, I would go skiing and then.
Yeah, why not both?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we'll discuss later.
You, me, Henry, and Martin. We rent an RV. And we go stay at Ben's house. We can park it in his driveway. We could ski a couple days. We could drive, take the boys, watch a World's draw.
Yeah,
this is really coming together. It sounds like a great trip.
Yeah. Things are really coming together. I won a national championship in that arena.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I like that place.
In Ogden?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
At the Weber State University arena. Cougars? Are they the Cougar? No.
Go
BYU Cougars.
No, that's BYU.
Cougars. Wichita State's. I was going to say Shockers, but that's Wichita
They're like
State.
purple.
State's
Weber State's
Shockers.
purple, I believe, with the colors.
Weber State.
Basket weavers?
Yeah, basket weavers.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Wildcats.
Yep.
Wildcats. Way off.
Other type of puma.
I still like the basket weavers. It's fine.
Yeah, the basket weavers.
Okay, what else are we going to talk about?
I don't know. Do you have anything, Ben? We kind of cut you off there with the.
We got
you actually just saved me. I think because I don't know that I had a whole lot.
Oh, all right. That's all good. That's all good. We normally have you on we ask our guest questions, but we don't have any questions because you've been on.
We've already
already
asked him,
did it.
so.
Maybe he forgot his answers. What's your walk-up song if you had one?
Oh, I did forget that one.
Good. Come up with a new one now.
Yeah.
Dream On, Aerosmith.
Oh, good.
Huh.
Good choice. Favorite athlete growing up?
Lindsay Whalen.
Who?
She was college basketball for the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
Huh.
Wow.
Probably because they went to the Final Four
Going for a deep
when I
cut.
was in grade school, I think.
Talk about.
That's a deep pull.
That is a deep cut.
That's a deep cut.
Deep cut.
Who's
I
your
just went with the first thing that came to my mind.
That's fine. No, I
Alright.
love it.
Who's your favorite athlete right now?
Byron Buxton.
All right. Center fielder, the Twins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just won the Silver Slugger for outfield. Finally had a healthy season.
Now, is that for the entire outfield or is that just for center field?
They picked 3 outfielders.
Oh, 3
So-
outfielders per league. Get it? Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how
So I
that
think it
worked because I heard that one of the Cub guys got it, and I didn't know if it was only for right field that he got it or if it was just. I didn't know how it worked.
Who's that? Not PCA, was it?
No, the right fielder, the guy who got hurt, Kyle Tucker.
Kyle Tucker?
Okay. Got it. Right on. First car.
That would have been a 1997 Chevy Lumina.
Oh, baby.
What color?
That was a boat. Gray, silver.
Okay. See, now we're just working on his passwords.
Mother's maiden name.
What street did you grow up on?
For some reason, County Road 27 never really fits in the thing for the password.
Do you have to put in like CTY 27 RD27 or like?
I don't even remember what I have to do for that one. What I should do is go back to what it was before they even put in the county roads in Winona County, Minnesota.
Nice.
We should come up with 1 or 2 more like this. This is kind of fun. Who's your wife's favorite athlete?
Mark Pryor.
Mark Pryor.
Gross.
Wow. Like when she was growing up? Like
Yeah.
that was her guy? Huh.
Yep, that was her guy.
Who's Mark Pryor?
He was
Pitcher for the
he
Cubs,
was a
predominantly.
pitching phenom
Yeah.
that had injury problems and never panned out.
Now
Really.
he's the pitching coach for the Dodgers.
Now he's been the pitching coach for the Dodgers for a long time. Yeah.
How'd that work out for
Same
him?
draft as Joe Mauer.
Wow. Look at you with your
that's-
sports knowledge.
It's like an encyclopedia over
Yeah.
there.
Saw that research.
We're running
saw
real
that-
well for me right now. I
saw that
guarantee you there's not a
research he
whole lot
does.
up there.
Is your wife from Chicago?
Yeah.
All right. That checks out then.
I can understand her being a Bear fan then.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other excuse.
No.
Right.
No,
So-
there's really not.
No.
Does your wife have a name?
No.
Okay. It's weird. How do you address her?
Lauren, how I address her.
Oh,
Okay.
Come here,
okay.
boo.
We did make it. I will say we made it. What is it? Week 10 now of the season. We made it to week 10 and she's still watching Bears games. That's usually like how far along before it's like I'm good now.
Yeah.
We're week 10 and she's still in. So
That's pretty impressive.
That's impressive.
It's
the
been
best
it's
we've
been
been
a
at
wild
for a while.
ride for those Chicago Bears the last couple weeks.
I think it's
so.
been a wild ride for every team in the National Football League this season. Like there is no one juggernaut team out there right now.
No. Okay. Well, thank you very much for entertaining us again. By I don't know. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a nice chat.
That was good.
Having us
learned
on.
some things
we'll,
today.
We'll talk offline
With all
about-
your research,
Yeah. I'm not sure what I think about him making us look bad, but it's nice to
That's okay.
make
So,
it seem like we purposely got people who do research.
He also makes us look smart because we have him on the show.
I am Smart. SMRT.
I don't know.
I mean, SMART.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, man. Thanks a lot for coming on. We'll talk offline about accommodations and Packers tickets.
We'll talk.
All right. Sounds good. Take care, man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Season 6, episode 2 in the books. We're trying to crank them out. We're busy. Craig, Joel, me. Busy. We just... So much going on. If you're thinking about getting your kid into hockey, don't. Anyway,
if you're thinking about letting them have a sleepover on Halloween, don't.
Anyway, big thanks to our sponsors, Modus Financial. Check them out at moduscc.com. Same with Endgame, endgamecurling.com. Hit up Steve's Curling if you need a broom. Flying off the shelves. Get them before they're gone. Otherwise, big thanks to Ben for coming on. Awesome to talk with him as always. Email the show if you have guest suggestions, curlingnation@curlingnetwork.com. Hit us up on social media platforms if you want to. Send me a text. Send Craig an email. I don't care. Get in touch with the show. We'll talk about it. That's it, I think. Mike.
Craig.
Not Craig.
Good curling, everybody. Out.